that they need to be healthy Jewish people. And the last thing we're going to get into is America, Europe. Not everyone lives in Israel. There's people who live in America, and the question there is, what is the problem with voting, and who should I vote for in America? So where are we going to get an idea from? Is the first thing that we're going to look at is we have Mordechai HaYehudi. Mordechai HaYehudi, it says in the pasuk at the very end of the Megillah, Ki Mordechai HaYehudi Mishnei LaMelech, that Mordechai was the second hand to the king, Achashverosh, V'Gadol, and he had a very high position of standing there. Doresh tov le'amo v'doresh shalom l'chol zaro. That he worried about the Jewish people, that they would have shalom, that they would peace, that they wouldn't be bothered. And so that, first and foremost, you have to look at caring about the Jewish people. Vote for someone who's going to care about Jewish people in that same country, care about Jewish people as a whole, also in Israel, also in other countries, that caring about the Jewish people and the safety of the Jewish people is going to be the most important thing. And the question is going to be, well, what about things that are against the Torah? I have two political parties that say that they say want to protect Jews, want to make sure that they're protected, that they have everything that they need, and we're not going to forbid shechita, which is something that we've seen in European countries in the last few years, that European countries are actually trying to forbid shechita so that they wouldn't be able to get less kosher food. And so, what about things like gay marriage and abortion, which are not just against the Torah, they're also against the Sheva Mitzvot B'nei Noach. They're against the 7 things that non-Jews are commanded in from the Torah as well. So the question is, if I vote for someone says, I'm going to protect the Jewish people, but I'm going to also permit gay marriage and permit abortion, of course the first thing when we said the safety of Jewish people is first and foremost. So you have to go always after the safety of the Jewish people. Now the question is, if I have a problem of lifnei iver lo titein mechshol, like we said, that if I create a stumbling block before someone that he's going to fall and do a sin, and like we said, even for a non-Jew, these things are sins. And so as we said, that if they don't have to do it, I'm not forcing them to do something that's forbidden, then it's not a problem, as the Ramah said, as we said earlier. But there is room to be strict. And here, where it's not going to cause any problems, you can definitely be strict. So if you have two people, one says I'm going to protect the Jewish people, the other says I'm going to protect the Jewish people, and they're believed to do that. They're both believed that they will actually protect the Jewish people, let's say. And one says I'm going to forbid gay marriage and I'm going to forbid abortions. The other says no, I'm going to permit it. I'm going to permit gay marriage, I'm going to permit abortions. Then it's good to vote for the one that's going to forbid, because that's against the Torah. That's against that even against what is permitted for non-Jews to do. And like we said, the Ramah says if you're going to put a stumbling block before someone that's going to do an Aveirah, it's better not to do it, even if they're not forced to do it. And so what we can do is we should be strict on that. You should always vote for people that are doing things, even if they're goyim, according to the Torah, but the safety of the Jewish people is the most important thing. And therefore, Bezrat Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to Yigzor Aleinu Gizarot Tovot. He's going to get rid of all these terrible decrees that have been decreed upon us by this non-Jewish government, this non-Torah government, that are putting Bachorim, like we said, 80 Bachorim that were learning Torah have been thrown into jail in the last week alone for learning Torah. And so Bezrat Hashem HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to protect them and free them, and also protect all the soldiers and bring peace. And Mashiach Zikenu is going to come. B'mirav Yameinu, Amen v'Amen.